Let's see. How is your Monday going so far, friends? Feel free to share in the comments. And hi, everybody watching on YouTube. Welcome to Magic Monday. Calista here with our theme today, which is all about working on yourself every day, allowing for a better you every day, and how incremental progress is really everything. Like just small little percentage, that 1% or more every day leads to huge change over time and is really the foundation of growth. No matter if that growth is your spiritual path or it is developing your body, a stronger body, or developing a bigger bank account or supporting more conscious relationships, whatever it is, just taking that time, that conscious effort to allow, and most of all, believe in that better you or that better relationship or the bigger finances, the more the muscles, like whatever it is, that really is everything. And we might go into a journey as well. We'll just have to wait and see. And thank you for those of you who've sent in questions as well, angelic questions again this week. And yeah, I really enjoyed last week when everybody sent in questions and we went into different spaces rather than just focusing on a theme and then bringing in a journey to match that theme. So I think we'll probably do that maybe once a month, like a Q&A. So feel free to send in your questions. If you're watching this live on Instagram, you can send them here. If you're on YouTube, please feel free to join the channel. It's free to subscribe, but then you're part of the community and you can post your questions and I will get to them, friends, because moving forward, as the new website slowly but surely is manifesting, I'm actually going to be stopping soul sessions. It's another thing that the door is closing on is working individually with people. As much as I have loved that for the best part of 20 years, again, I'm just going into different spaces. So if you still want to connect, we can connect here every Monday, but also we can connect through the community on YouTube. And with the new website, when that comes, there's actually going to be a community again for free because I believe that there should be a lot of this and our spiritual community should be free. There will be a space off social media where we can connect with one another and rise ever more. So I'm really excited for that. But for now, let's pull a card for our week beginning the 6th of October. We also have Arche of Victory, who is the angel of triumph and celebration, is like our cheerleader. She helps us to really recognize the growth that we're taking and understand how important that is, which we'll get into. So she is here. We also have Archangel Uriel, the angel of action and momentum. Oh, and to bring it all together is this beautiful trinity of angelic support. We have Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron. Cannot help but put my hand on my heart when I speak about Metatron. As he says in this card from the Female Archangels deck, remember who you are. Remember who you are. A big part of spiritual growth, everyday life really, but spiritual growth certainly, and ascension is all about shedding that which you are not. Shedding the sense of needing validation. Often that's the first thing to go, isn't it? When we awaken spiritually, we start to begin that process of transformation. It's that letting go of needing validation from other people. And then what next falls away is feeling like we need to perform or create, especially in the world of social media, like create this sort of appearance that everything is just happy and, fantastic. And like that falls away. And then you start to really become who you are. You start to remember who you authentically are beyond a life that's masked. You let your true divinity, your true self shine. And that is everything. Like I'm here for that. And I know that you're here for that too. And this is really part and parcel, I believe, of why collective consciousness is rising on Earth, is because people are becoming more real. People are becoming more real. They're realizing that actually it's not just all sunshine and rainbows in life and on this spiritual path. Actually, we can embrace everything. And that's really spirituality. That's self-mastery. If you can embrace everything and stay more in a space of neutrality, which is the way of the angels, that's their perspective. This is why we really need to invite them to come into our life. They won't intervene as much as sometimes we want them to and deliver all of these questions and these insights and show us the next step, the next 10 years of our journey. They're not going to do that. However, if you continually work with them and develop the relationship that you have with them, see them as friends, ask them questions, challenge them, grow with them, so much will be created. And that's really, it ties in with our theme, but I just want you to yeah, pre-pave that a little bit with Archangel Metatron. His energy is big and abundant anytime he is here, and let's just give him that permission to be with each and every one of us this week to help us to shed those things where, shed the illusion, shed the need for validation, shed the need for approval, shed the need to perform in a certain way to be accepted by others. Like it's totally BS. For that to all go. And we also give them the permission, if you're saying yes to this, for Metatron to remind you of who and what you are, your strength, your capabilities, your potential, your light. And here's the thing, here's the irony. The less that you perform, the less that you want to be seen and validated as, this, that, and the other, the more that you actually shine, the more that you actually radiate. And I remember way back at the beginning when I started writing books and I saw other authors around me and they all wanted to be bestsellers. And some of them actually shared with me their hack, their tool to become a bestseller on Amazon, for example. And I kind of got swept up into that. And then I thought, actually, I just don't care. What does it matter if it's not me anyway, it's the book, it's the teachings. What does that matter if it's a bestseller or not? Like, who cares? I don't really care. As long as the teachings get out there. And I think that's why I haven't really promoted the last, I really should, I guess, the last offering, which is the Celestial Unicorn Tarot. I really haven't been promoting that a lot because there's just a part of me that just accepts it will reach whoever it needs to reach. Um, it doesn't need to be showcased or it doesn't need to become a bestseller. It will shine because it's incredible. Because we've been working on it for 5 years and it is filled with unicorn magic. Like whoever needs to come into alignment with that deck will. So that's part of my experience anyway with that. But what about you? Do you feel like as you were ascending, especially when we work with the angels and Metatron, do you feel like you are shedding the old? You're shedding all those old versions of you, those stories, the setbacks, and becoming your true self, allowing your authenticity to shine through. Yeah, Becky saying, Defo, you want the unicorn deck. Yeah, I'll bring one to class for you, Becky. Um, all right, brothers and sisters, let's talk a little bit about our theme and then we'll go into a journey. Okay, so our theme today is all about making incremental steps every day towards your growth. And if you're new to Magic Monday, every week I bring in a little bit of my own personal story, again, to keep things real and authentic and grounded. So I'm part of this 6 week physique weight loss challenge that I guess bought into on Instagram, as we all do. We see these things, we're like, oh, I'll take part in it. And while I don't actually think it's worth the money and things, I appreciate it. I appreciate the added oomph to go to the gym and work out. And I've been doing powerlifting for a couple of years now. I love strength training. I love lifting heavy things. And ironically, it helps me to release density by actually lifting heavier, getting stronger actually makes me a lot more lighter. Anyway, I've noticed as part of this challenge, we've got to weigh ourselves every day, which again, there's a little inner rub there. Don't really feel like we need to do that, but it's part of it. So I thought I'm just going to throw myself into this challenge. And I've realized that the scales actually, they're not changing. However, my body is, I'm getting stronger, a lot more muscular, my shape is changing. I'm measuring different parts of my body every week for a check-in and I'm dropping inches and I'm feeling really good anyway. Like I'm feeling good. I'm seeing the change. But historically, I would look at the numbers on the scale, and if the numbers weren't changing, I would then believe and buy into I'm not making any progress, which would then have a knock-on effect with my confidence and then would definitely influence opening up a packet of biscuits and not just having one or two, but like having the whole packet and then probably something else. To have this knock-on effect, all because the blooming numbers on the scale aren't changing. So I wanted to share today that story and also sometimes the progress that we want, that how we measure progress, not just for the body, but for everything. Sometimes the way that we measure it, we're not receiving that feedback that we want. However, there is still change. There is still change. And all too often in life, we are always focusing on the next best thing. We're focusing on what is next, or sometimes on the other spectrum, we're focusing on the lack or what is not present. And we fail to recognize the growth that is actually taking place, how we have grown. So let's just do that now. Let's just, if you want to close your eyes, can you take yourself back to the 1st of January? The blessings of this construct of time and space is that we have a sense of linear reality. So if we go back to that 1st of January, maybe you had an idea or a sense for 2025. And what was that sense? Or did you have a word for the year as your mantra, as your focus point? And if you did, how has that played out through your 2025? If you can just feel into the different seasons, we're now in the third season of the year. What has changed through the winter, through the spring, through the summer, now into autumn time? What progress have you made on a spiritual level, intellectual, emotional, mental, social, financial, awareness, perception level? What has shifted and changed? And rather than focusing on what hasn't changed and what you haven't done, can you just be aware of that and bring it back to all of the little small wins, the progress that you have made, the internal shifts, how your mindset has shifted, what you've allowed in, what you've said goodbye to. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes if you went into that. And I invite you today, at some point today, to write down the growth of your year, to write down the growth of your 2025 so far. And yes, right at the end of that journal session, you can say to yourself, right, I haven't achieved this. Right, with gusto, with intention, with deliberate action, I'm now going to set that as my focus for the next 3 months so that I can come to December 31st with a little drink in hand and I'm going to toast myself. Can you commit to that? Put a one in the comments if you're here, if you're going to commit to that today. I certainly am. And focus on all the different types of growth, all the different areas. Because again, I'll reiterate that we often fail to do that. We're always focused on the next best thing or what is not here or what we haven't done. And it puts so much weight on the body, sometimes literal weight on the body. and most certainly wait on the soul and wait on the spirit. And before I hit live, as I said to the folks here on Instagram, I was singing, I was bringing so much joy. I wasn't really feeling like that this morning, but tuning into this topic, I was bringing in the joy. Because sometimes, again, this is the thing with incremental progress. The days that we're not feeling it, the days, for example, just to keep this example, the days that we're not feeling up for a workout, if we're just saying to ourselves, right, I'll just do this one exercise or this one set of this one exercise, and you just show up for it and you just say, right, I'm just going to make it teeny tiny. And no doubt, after doing that, you probably will do all of the reps, all of the sets, all of the exercise routine, and you meet yourself. And every time you do that, you gain greater confidence, your resiliency builds, and you actually go to bed feeling really proud of yourself. And I think, again, we need to do this more. We need to feel proud of ourselves and not fear this is egotistical. What are people going to think of me? No, actually feeling good, appreciating, because it's so easy to appreciate other people and see their growth and witness their growth. But stopping to witness our own personal growth really aligns us to our true self, our inner divinity that is always rooting for us, that always sees and is reflecting our potential, especially in other people. Like when we see other people, we're like, oh, God, they're amazing. Look at what they've achieved. Like that's just our potential. That's just the mirror of who we are in them that we're seeing. So when you witness that, say, ah, okay, I get it. I get it. I can do that too. Annalisa's saying sometimes you get the energy, but sometimes you also need the rest. Yeah, you do. You need to have the inhale and the exhale. You need to have the exhale of action, right, and output, but you also need the inhale of breath. And a big part of growth, most certainly, is finding peace amongst the chaos. Really maintaining inner peace in this fast-paced world, in this social media reality. Like that is really everything. So that could be pranayama, breathing exercises, meditation. It could be, going to the gym. Uh, I've recently taken up the last few months jiu-jitsu, which is challenging every part of me. Uh, creating a pause where you are resting is really, really important in growth as well. Um, you might also want to do something that I've done is get yourself a board, a weekly planner. You can pick these up anywhere, or you could just make them. I'm pretty much a type A personality, so I need to have everything sort of planned out. Often I will not follow it, but if it's there and it's on my office wall and I can look at it every morning, it definitely does keep me on track. So I've literally mapped out every day and then times for what I'm going to do. Morning practice, workouts, absolute non-negotiable every day, because then that feeds into everything else. What I'm going to do every day, and also my evening practice, including like courses that I've signed up to, foot spa, yin yoga, facial massage, jiu-jitsu, sensual dance and cacao, you know, planning as well. Planning your self-care. I know that doesn't sound so romantic, but planning your self-care again is everything, just like Annalise said about the rest. Part of that incremental action and incremental improvement every day is saying yes to your self-care, is saying yes to what you're inspired to do in the moment, even if you have set yourself loads of different targets. If you are inspired to rest or have a foot massage or, um, you know, sing some mantras for half an hour, like following through on that, following through. And then not only are you growing your self-care and your self-love, but you're growing your confidence, you're growing your trust, your inner trust. And everything then is blessed. And when we grow every day, when we're saying yes and we're allowing growth every day, we really are bringing that to those around us, you know? Even just setting myself the target of every Monday, without a doubt, I am coming here, no matter the busyness. Got loads of stuff going on in the house, renovations, busy mum of three, business, loads of emails, over 400 to get back to. I'm still going to show up here. I'm still going to show up every Monday for you, for us all, for myself, and that is a non-negotiable. And I think we really have to stick to that. Stick to our non-negotiables, make priorities, follow through, even when we are not feeling it. That's another aspect of growth. When we are not feeling it. There is so many days I don't want to work out, friends. Do I buy into that? Absolutely not. Sometimes, especially before my period, I'll give myself a little bit of extra compassion. But when I know I'm BSing myself, when I know I'm going to feel good afterwards, like all of those endorphins are going to kick in. I know I'm going to feel good afterwards. And I'm sticking to my targets. I'm going to continue my growth. Then I'll follow through. So, as much as the rest is needed and the compassion, also, we need that radical honesty and not buy into our own BS, not buy into our own stories and excuses. Because let's face it, it's bliss to lie on a couch and watch Netflix and feel like we've got no obligations or responsibilities in the world. But are we truly growing? Are we contributing to the collective? Are we helping Mother Earth rise? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So if you take nothing else out of this Magic Monday today, give yourself the grace of allowing yourself to grow every day, friends, in whatever way. Please share in the comments the ways that you are growing, the growth that you've already established in 2025, if you could sum that up in a couple of words, and the growth that you're currently saying yes to in your life, so we can all hold the space for you. And I think we'll leave it there. I don't think we'll go into a journey. I think just that if you're just tuning in, that journaling practice from before, please bring that in today. Please bring that in. I've got a heck yeah, make a difference and change lives. Mentoring others has been so fulfilling. Yes. Yeah, sometimes as well, when you can't be bothered, when the ego is really strong that day, think about the help and the support and the inspiration you're providing for other people. Yeah, and the self-discipline. Self-discipline. I was teaching angel healing, the last angel healing on Saturday. It was bittersweet, beautiful set of souls, beautiful souls from around the world. And we're talking about discipline, especially discipline for our spiritual practice, meeting ourselves, sitting every day, meditation, yoga, journaling, whatever it is, really just taking that time to listen and allow ourselves to be creative is everything. And one astute, beautiful soul said that self-discipline is really self-love. It really is self-love. They are synonymous. And when we shift it like that, then we come out of all of these stories of, discipline being something that we were conditioned to be in school or university or college or from other people. We let go of other people's stories and judgments, and we actually just start showing up because the self-discipline of our spiritual practice is how we are allowing love in for ourselves. And how we're allowing love in for ourselves is how we are allowing love to be expressed and what we give and how we give that love to others. So it's everything, isn't it? Okay. I hope you have a wonderful week, friends. The next online play shop with somatic dance, angel energy, and cacao is now going to be on the 15th of October. Those of you who have signed up and think, no, no, Calista, it's actually tomorrow. I will be emailing you very soon. I have to shift it because we have lots of work done, or getting lots of work done in the house. And I don't think All the workmen will appreciate us all dancing and drinking cacao. So it's going to be shifted to the 15th. If you want to come and join us, just head over to calistaascension.com if you're interested in these monthly gatherings. And then also there is a mediumship, advanced mediumship class with Archangel Azrael on, wait for it, Samhain, Halloween on October 31st. Cannot wait for that. If that is your jam, get in touch. I will send you the link. But for now, have a blessed week, friends. Thank you for tuning in and sharing this video. And let me know the growth you have made so far this year and what you are saying yes to moving forward. You can do it. Remember, it's an investment in yourself, which gives to all of us. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye, beautiful ones. Thank you for